Wagwan, everyone. I hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, another stream up on Tereak Talks. Guys, it feels like a long time, It really does. And 2 days? The past week or so, I've been doing like a stream every day, whether it's not on my channel or someone else's. So having these 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, it really has thrown me off a bit, and I missed you. I miss you guys all the time. I've been staying in contact with a few of you in the DMs. If you want, go check in the description below all my socials. I will be posting a lot more on there. But here we are for the Premier League preview stream, and let me introduce my guest who was on with me last week as well. You know who it is, people. It's Edmin, as you can see in the house. I'm all right, bro. How about yourself?
Yeah, all good. All good. Thank you. I'm fueled by McDonald's coffee and a McDonald's dinner. So that's all good.
What time did you have that coffee?
Like 5 o'clock-ish.
You're all right. Are you sleeping tonight?
Yeah.
You're planning on sleeping? You can sleep on a coffee.
I'm a dad. We can sleep on anything. You get it when you can. Man.
Yeah, I can't even do that. If I have a coffee past 12, it ruins my sleep. But I'm sensitive to caffeine. I'm just sensitive in general. That some people might.
Yes, a sensitive boy.
Yeah, so no picking on me in the comments. But speaking of the comments, let's go into it now. Tish, first one is, you may have seen my comment there, but even Tish was too quick for me. Way too early, crew. Nice to see you there. We've got Rich, Chino, bigging up from Jamaica. We've got, respect. That's the homeland. Hope you're doing well, Chino. Brush got his popcorn. As the man said, hit the like button too, people. Casey's back. Hope you're doing well, Casey. Wilf, yes, TT fam. TTF, especially early crew, out shopping, so going to jump on as and when I can. Nice to see you. We've got Jay up in the building as well. Jay, there's some things that we need to talk about with our first game, because basically, Ed, they were sending for me. Jay and a few other people on Richie's stream, so we have to talk about that. What's the difference between David De Gea and a taxi driver? The taxi driver will only let 4 in at a time. Oh, Casey, if you can take the mick out of your own team, that's even better. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Imagine Henderson, Tereak for the interim manager's job at Old Trafford.
Don't do it.
What? Why?
Oh, no one wants that job.
Poison chalice. Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh. You might trigger some people in the comments saying that. It's Man United. Paxton, Ollie not getting the sack anytime soon. Not great, but at least we will see the scarf come out. Paxton, I can't wait to see the scarf. And look at that know-how. Edmin in the place to be. So, shall we get started with the Premier League preview? Run through all the comments. So, I think this is better. We've just got Grace coming.
Grace coming in. Hello.
Big G. Hello, with the usual. So, let's get started now that we've got people in. First game of the weekend, Leicester versus Arsenal. Ed, you're going to hit us away with a few of those stats right there?
Yeah, so we've got for the Leicester-Arsenal game, so the last 5 meetings, we've got Leicester have won 2, lost 2, and there's a draw in the middle of it all as well. And the form, unbeaten teams in the last 5 games for these 2 teams. We've got Leicester have got 4 wins and a draw, and Arsenal have got 3 wins and 2 draws. And also, for you stat fans out there, if you like XG, I've picked up the XG for this game based on how they've done so far this season and also the defences of both teams. So apparently, if you believe in XG, Leicester have got a chance of scoring 1.5 goals in this game, and Arsenal is just over 1. So XG is guaranteeing a goal for both teams if again, you go by XG.
Oh, you know what? I'm not liking that so far because Leicester are having a higher XG. But as you can see with the last 5 games, draw, win for Leicester, and win, draw, win for Arsenal. So unbeaten in the last 5, these two. So both of these coming into good form, as you mentioned. Some team news, if you haven't heard, Jamie Vardy is expected to feature after missing the EFL Cup win against Brighton because of a knee injury. Ricardo Pereira and Jose Perez are doubts due to injury and illness, respectively. Arsenal defender, who Jay was sending in the comments, calling him Marbella, Ben White, the guy, Love Island's Phil Jones. Yeah, is yet to train after being forced off against Leeds on Tuesday due to illness. However, Martin Odegaard and Kieran Tierney are both to be assessed. We've got a few predictions in the comments already. Guys, I just want to remind you, do get your predictions in. We've got Ed, who's also not just the admin, what also comes with that, he loves the spreadsheet, people. So go get in the comments. Go let him know. Give your predictions in. I want as many as we can so we can like draw out an average. And there will be a prize given, a giveaway. If you guys win, if I win, Ed, you agreeing to a prize?
Definitely.
And if Ed wins, big prize. So you know what? If I'm not gonna win, I want to give something to you guys, not Ed. Yeah, I don't. Nah. He owes me about 2 Nandos for FPL.
It's true.
And I owe you 1. yeah. So okay, for FPLs, me and him in a head-to-head league. So get your predictions in for me. You know what, Ed? I'll let you go first. What's your prediction for this?
Well, just on the comments, it's all over the place for this game. We've got some draws coming in. We've got a couple of Arsenal wins, mostly from the Arsenal fans. Surprise, surprise. And we've got, like Jay there with the Leicester win as well. My prediction for this, though, I'm bang on with Jay there for mine. I've got for 2-1 to Leicester this week.
See, this is why I don't want to be giving you.
It's a difficult one, though. It's a difficult one, this one.
Yeah, it is definitely. Any side, it could be win, loss, or draw for any team in this game. For me, I've got to go with my boys. I was, and speaking of Jay, I was in the comments going at Jay because they were saying, you're going to get slapped. This is his acid test. This is when you came up against Villa and they were poor, Spurs and they were poor. But where's the credit for Arsenal and their performances? You know what I mean? Like, it's Arsenal at the end of the day. I don't mind. I'm joking. But anyways, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. I think we will grab this one. We did win last season away from home with a worse squad and Leicester in better form. They didn't actually have that too many injuries at that point either. I know Harvey Barnes got injured in that game with that serious knee injury, which caused him to miss out on contention for even the Euros. So, yeah, that's what I'm going with, an Arsenal 2-1 victory. Oof. So, other way around. Well, yeah. What do you think about that?
It's not. I'm trying to find out the average for the TTF. That's what I'm pulling a face at. We've got draws and wins. I think the Arsenal fans that you brought with you from your other your fan base have just about tipped it to be an Arsenal win. But so I'm guessing that's what it's going with. But there's a few people here who have gone for different things. And also big shout out to Paxton, again, bringing in who he thinks he's going to score. Love trying to guess the goal scorers. And I know Moss has done the same. And I think, Steve has gone for a Laka and a Aubameyang, 1 each in his 2-2 draw. So,
you know,
everyone's expecting goals. That's what we've gone with.
If I'm honest, because I may as well talk a little bit about this as an Arsenal fan. I wouldn't be too disappointed if Arsenal did draw this game, because if we can keep a form, if we can get 4 points every 2 games and keep that kind of a run, or average 4 points every 2 games, that's a good. We'll end up with a good points tally, and then that's in that European position fighting there, and maybe even Champions League we've seen in previous seasons. So, but we'll have to see if we can average 4 points a game. If we take a draw, I wouldn't be too disappointed with that. We've got to be realistic where Arsenal are with this young squad that we do have. We do have to manage our expectations. Young squad, not just that. We've got a lack of Premier League experience, even with our older players. Like Thomas Partey has only been here for a season. So for me, I'd be happy. I'd be satisfied with the draw. I'd be ecstatic with a win, and with a loss, I'll be disappointed. But I've got to manage my expectations in this one. I'm not going to be gut-wrenched or heartbroken, depending on how we lose that game. So, yeah, that's the Leicester-Arsenal one. Guys, keep getting your comments in if you haven't already for your predictions on that game. Let's bring up the next game, and that is Burnley against Brentford.
Yeah, Ed? So, again, if we look at the last 5 meetings, what we might say for pretty much all the Brentford games going forward is the last 5 meetings, you can sort of take them with a pinch of salt, because Brentford have been in sort of League One level for a long time. So the last 5 meetings, we've got 3 wins for Burnley and 2 wins for Brentford, but most of those are from 2000 and before. So Form, again, out the window in terms of the meetings between these two teams. Then the form for them so far. So Burnley, basically 3 draws and 2 losses. They're on the back of a couple of draws, I believe. And for Brentford, they've got a couple of wins, a couple of losses, and a draw in their last 5 games. And the XG, which I found quite surprising for this one. So Burnley have actually got a higher XG for this game than Brentford, with Burnley supposedly averaging 1.24 goals in this game, and Burnley actually under a goal, so 0.93. So, but despite that, I'll get my prediction out of the way first. I'm thinking XG is wrong in this case, and I'm going for a 2-0 win to Brentford. I tipped Burnley to go down, and I'm sticking with it.
Fair enough. So you've gone with a 2-1 win to Brentford. You actually
2-0, 2-0.
Oh, 2-0. So you don't think they'll score again?
No.
Whereas last week you said that as well.
Yeah, and they scored 2.
Oh wow, I've got to pull you up, bro. You know. No,
that's right. It's right. It wasn't Chris Wood though, which I said he wasn't going to score. So.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. There's the proof if you want to see it. Burnley XG, they're expected to score 1.24, and Brentford just under. But let's round it up to a goal. So for me in this game, because you've got your prediction in, and I've not even broken the news about the team news, because there is some big one. There is a big one in Brentford in particular. Their goalkeeper, David Raya, will be out for up to 4 months. That 5 months, it says actually. When I initially broke, it said 4 months, but now it's 5 months. And you know how important he's been. I think he's been a very good goalkeeper. Arsenal were interested in him last summer. We tried to sign him to replace Emi Martinez. However, that didn't go through. Brentford wanted 20 million. Arsenal wanted to offer about 15. So he's proven his worth, and he's proven why Arsenal's interest was valid for him. Yeah, it was well thought. So with Burnley, they have no fresh injury concerns in the wake of their midweek defeat to Tottenham. As it stands, if you play FPL, you'll see, you'll say that, you'll be like, cool, chilling. Maybe in FPL you may pick a Burnley defender or goalkeeper. Next thing you know, they're not playing. But yeah, in terms of anything else from Burnley, Ben Mee's returning after his recovery with you-know-what. Can't really say the word on YouTube if I'm trying to get places. Yeah. But yeah, Ethan Pinnock and Brian Mbeumo will have minor injuries assessed before the game. So they're 2 big ones as well. So do you know what? For me, I'm going for not Brentford. I'm going for a Burnley win at home. I'm going to go 1-0. I'm going to go with 1-0 there, because I think, and I'll give you my explanation on that quickly. I think that Brentford have really troubled teams with their physicality in terms of their strength, in terms of how they press, crossing balls into the box is what we saw against Liverpool. That's where they really struggled with. For Burnley, that's what they eat.
It's bread and butter, right?
Their bread and butter. Exactly. That's what Burnley do love. Sorry about that. So that's what Burnley are all about. So that's why I think Burnley will win this. Maybe the home crowd will give them a good boost for that game. So yeah, that's what I've gone with. Let me see what the comments are saying. We've got.
It seems like mostly Brentford wins.
Draw Yeah, all I'm seeing is Brentford. Yeah, if it's not a Brentford, I think I'm probably one of the only ones going for a Burnley win in this game.
You're the only one so far too.
If that works out, guys, that's
buying himself a present.
Exactly, I'm buying myself a present. Yeah, I've backed Burnley in the past couple of weeks, the past 2 weeks now. So I expect them to probably, pull through for me. So let's wait and see. So let's go into the next game, which is also in the thumbnail: Liverpool versus Brighton at Anfield. Go on, Ed, hit me away with them stats.
So in the last 5 meetings, we've got 1 loss for Liverpool, a draw, and then 3 wins for Liverpool. Liverpool are obviously on the back of that. I don't know if you know, but they beat Man United last week 5-0.
You scored?
I think Salah got at least 1, right?
Sorry, Man United.
And
this is where they all switch off and they go, nah.
So their form is unbeaten in the last 5 games with 4 wins and a draw. And Brighton are on the back of a couple of losses and 3 draws in the last 5 games. And the XG, probably boosted by last week for Liverpool, is almost 2.5 goals expected in this game. And Brighton are just over 1. So if you were to go on XG, it's supposed to be a 2-1 win to Liverpool this week.
Yeah, interesting. And in terms of the team news, I'm going to get that for you now. Sorry, I was too busy listening and having jokes about Man United there.
While you're finding that, T, just a big shout out to Casey, who's been off the cigarettes for 6 weeks.
Oh, has he? Yes.
He's been putting in the comments. He's doing really well. So
yes,
well
Casey.
done, mate.
Yeah, I love that, man. Casey, big respect, because it's difficult. I've had a lot of family members who have had their journey coming off of cigarettes themselves. So, Casey, guys in the chat, I know you're doing it already.
Yeah, the TTF are all over it.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's the TTF. That's the community I want. But yeah, now I will bring in the team news for both sides. We've got Liverpool manager has confirmed that Naby Keita is back. I saw pictures of him on Instagram today. So that was good. Liverpool fans having their little digs at Paul Pogba. He's back. Don't you worry, Paul. But Fabinho and Thiago will remain out. So I don't think Fabinho, we know how big of a contribution he has to that Liverpool side over a course of a season. They didn't miss him last week to Man United's disdain. And Thiago, if he does reach the level that we've previously seen him play at, then he's got all the potential to make a huge difference, that midfield, and improve it, even with the likes of Gini Wijnaldum leaving the summer. So we'll have to wait and see there.
I think Thiago's not far off coming back. I think I read this week that he's back in mild, light training, but he's not ready for this week. So he won't be far off.
There you go, then. That's all right. That's not too bad. Liverpool fans getting excited. He'll probably be back post-international break, the next one. Yeah, probably something like that. And if he's away, if he's not going with Spain, then it just gives him more time to recover, doesn't it, really? Brighton will be without defender Dan Burn, and Yves Bissouma returned as a substitute after more than a month out with that knee problem and other news, but it seems to have died down, which is good. So, my prediction for this game, guys, keep sending them in the comments. I can see them there. I'm going to go with...
So Liverpool wins.
I think I'm going to join you. Don't predict. Now, Jay, we're getting there. You wait. Or Liverpool wins. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Liverpool win as well. Do you know what? I'm going to say they're going to keep a clean sheet. Grace has gone there. 2-0, 4-0, 4-0, 3-1. Liverpool. Everybody's gone for a Liverpool win. So for me, look at Nathan there. Liverpool 0. As a Crystal Palace fan, Liverpool 0. 9. Brighton 0. Sorry for swearing, T. Now, big up yourself too, Nathan. I appreciate that. But yeah, I said it then. Brighton. I said it again. I didn't even mean to then.
He'll drop a dislike. He'll drop a dislike
exactly.
if he's said it too many times.
Realist has dropped in a 3-0 too. Sorry if you can hear fireworks. It's that time of the year. If you're not from England or the UK, it's getting close to bonfire night. So yeah. That's when the fireworks start popping off. They pop off all week, and then you got Diwali after that as well. So the fireworks, they probably will ruin a lot of streams. So apologies for that. But I'm going to go back to the games. I'm going to go with a Liverpool win by 3-0. But I hope I get that bang on. Actually, 3-0 is pretty interesting because that's underrating Brighton a little bit. Actually, 2-0. I've changed it. Sorry, Ed. 2-0.
Okay, that's right. Well, my prediction is 3-0. So. We'd have been bang on there, so I'm agreeing here with Realist, and I think Jay might have put a 3 or 4-0. Yeah, 4-0 down. Everyone's gone for a Liverpool win. Paxton again going for a couple for Salah, Mane, and even a Jota off the bench. He's going big on the scorers. Yeah,
exactly. Wow. The fair play, guys. A fair play to you lot for thinking that Liverpool are going to run away with it, because. I don't know, man. I think, they got battered last weekend against Man City, but that first half in particular. Did you watch Match of the Day, Ed?
Mm-hmm. Do you think it might be some recency bias, though?
Yeah.
Man United, the capitulation of Man United last week.
Yeah.
I watched them. Yeah. The Man City did steamroller them, but
that was in the first half. In the second half, they were much better, Brighton, and they caused Manchester City a lot of problems. Obviously, they scored. In the second half, they drew 1-1, but however, how much that means. But, man, I don't see Brighton setting up in that same way as they did in the first half, and maybe be a bit more resolute. All that credit.
Bissouma as well. Bissouma back. Transforms that midfield.
Big miss Bissouma is, definitely. A decade is enormous achievement. There you go. That's what I like to hear. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-0 and Ed's gone with a 3-0. Let's move on into the next game. I'll get that sorted in 3, 2, 1. Bang. We got Man City versus Palace. The one that Jay, Nathan, and Rich will probably not want us to discuss. But Ed, hit them with the stats as if they need it.
So we've got, in the last 5 meetings between them, we've got two wins for Man City, a draw, and then another 2 wins for Man City. And then their form, obviously, Palace are on the back of an awful lot of draws, 4 draws and 1 loss in the last 5 games. And Man City have got a loss, a draw, and 3 wins in their last 5 games as well. And again, if we're going on XG, we're going Man City have got an XG in expected goals of 2.31 for this game, so just over 2 goals they're expected. With Crystal Palace actually less. I think it's the worst XG expected of this week, which is 0.8. XG you can take or leave it. I think that's a bit unfair based on the performances they've been putting in, but they might be this year's, and I don't want to say the word again, their rivals in terms of their XG might not be might be lower than what it should be.
Yeah, that's a good shout, because their rivals, the B word, which I can't say because I'll offend a lot of people. That's what they struggled with a lot last season. Because defensively, they were conceding sloppy goals and they were very strong defensively, but making individual errors, which led them to dropping points. I'm obviously not scoring goals in this league. You can't do that in terms of even trying to get into the top half. You need to be able to score goals, and that's where the B word are struggling. But back to Palace, that's where they are struggling too. Christian Benteke last weekend with a huge chance that he missed, and then that whole situation with Gay, which was a wonderful header.
Yeah,
the header on that ridiculous. But Mark Gay, what was he doing? But in terms of the team news, Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has a near fully fit squad to choose from for his 200th Premier League match in charge. Do you see the little quote he said about that? Someone asked him if he would do another 200, and he says, "I don't think so."
Pep, he's probably overthought it. In his head, he's probably tried to do the maths, and he's just got all of that. That meme that the numbers just pop up, and he's panicked and probably gone, I don't know how. What Pep's like.
Formations, numbers,
but he's not one to stay around either. This is the longest he's been anywhere, even Barca, right?
So So, and his contract runs up in 2023, if I believe. If I'm correct.
That's right.
And I don't think he'll be signing a long-term one. He's so intense, though, isn't he, Pep, as a manager?
Yeah. I'd imagine he's both a blessing and a curse to play for, right?
Yeah, definitely. Exactly that. So Raheem Sterling returned from a back problem to play in the EFL Cup on Wednesday, but Ferran Torres is a long-term absentee. Crystal Palace forward Wilfried Zaha made his comeback from illness as a substitute against Newcastle last week. The Eagles remain without Eberici Eze and Nathan Ferguson. So with Zaha back, maybe that could bring them some attacking impetus, especially on the counter-attack with how Manchester City play with a high line. 1v1. Zaha can beat anyone in the league, I believe, when he's on his day. Kyle Walker, if he plays at right back, I think that's what Pep Guardiola would probably do to sort out with that, deal with him in terms of that recovery pace, just in case. In terms of a prediction, though, I'm going to think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be a 2-1 Man City win.
Okay.
Do you know what? Palace fans, I don't want to say this after what Jay was sending for me. Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if you guys picked up a draw. Let's not forget, Southampton picked up a draw at this same place.
Well, it might be worth me jumping in here because I've gone for a 1-1.
Oh, there you go. I didn't even know that. It's synchronized. It's like I do.
I've gone for a 1-1. I just think, we know last year they were defensively sound because of Hodgson. Most of that mentality could still be there. Vieira can set up a team. We've seen that. He's picked up a lot of draws this year. So, I just have a bit of faith maybe in Palace grabbing a goal early on and then sort of, the City swarm may or may not come. But I've got them down for a 1-1. I think this might be a bit of an upset.
Yeah, you see, there you go. And I wouldn't be surprised. We know in this league, we know how Manchester City are. They do show form, like especially after going on a run. Maybe that defeat in the week may kick them forward because we know how Manchester City respond to defeats.
Yeah.
They don't usually lose 2 in a row, or like draw or not win in 2 in a row, shall I say? A lot of people have gone for City. Not many. Nice to see you, Edna. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. But yeah, look, Palace fan Nathan's not feeling too confident about that. So you guys, you might respect us. I might just be doing it. I might just be saying that you may claim a draw, and I told Ed to say that you get a draw just to keep you on here. That may have been the case. Not really. But yeah, that was. I do think if you do lose, it won't be by much. I don't think you'll get battered. We may be wrong. You might do. Palace, you know a lot about your team. As long as Mateta's not playing, that's okay. Then you will score. So we'll have to wait and see. Into the next game we go for. Do you know which one that is? I do.
It's Newcastle Chelsea, right?
Yep, Newcastle versus Chelsea, the penultimate game that we have of the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Ed, hit us away with those stats.
So in the last 5 meetings, we've got a Newcastle win sandwiched in between 4 Newcastle losses. The form for Newcastle is 3 draws and 2 losses in the last 5 games. And Chelsea, by far and away, have the best form with 5 wins out of 5 in the last 5 games. And the XG, again, this is where I was surprised. Newcastle almost won. Goal expected in this game, which I was very surprised that was higher than Crystal Palace, but I guess away at Man City is a bit of a different kettle of fish. And Chelsea are expected to score 1.45 goals. So again, that looks, if you were to go with the law of averages, that's either a Chelsea win just about or a 1-1 based on the stats.
There you go. Chelsea fans, you should be confident. However, speaking to Asher, AJ, who's been on the channel, he says he's not too confident with Chelsea beating Newcastle as they don't really have that great of a record against them, especially at St. James's Park. But we'll have to wait and see in terms of that game. In terms of the team news, I've got for you, Newcastle midfielder John Joe Shelby is available after serving his 1-match ban, and goalkeeper Martin Dubravka could make his comeback from foot surgery, so that's quite big. But I think Newcastle are stacked in that goalkeeping position. Chelsea are strengthened by the return of Azpilicueta, who missed out in my FPL. Yeah, I was hurting because one of the subscribers, Bungle, you know who you are, yeah, who's in the FPL group. He had Azpilicueta on his team, and he had 4 defenders in already. Emile Smith-Rowe came in off of the bench with 13 points because Azpilicueta missed out, and I had Ben White with 2. And I'm trying to catch up to top. All right, Bungle. But yeah.
Let's not talk FPL.
No. Don't head around. Yeah, guys, if you want to talk more FPL, you want to get more involved, the code is in the link. No, the code is in the description, sorry. Ed usually puts them in. He usually puts it in the comments, but he's not. He's here today, so he can't do that for you. Unless someone else can. Tish, can you replace Ed? I don't know. But anyone else, or if volunteer, I'll put it up. Andres Christensen is also available after dental surgery, but Mateo Kovacic is out with a hamstring problem. Forwards, Timo Werner and Romelu Lukaku remain sidelined with respective hamstring and ankle injuries. So in terms of predictions for this game, we've got everybody gone for a Chelsea win. Yeah. Everybody. Nobody's gone for anything different.
My personal favourite is Paxton's gone for an own goal from Havertz. So if that one comes true, well, that's one. I don't know what you could do. That's one hell of a shout out. That would be.
You deserve a giveaway just for that. You know what I mean? Because that's a big shout to go with a Havertz own goal. Why would he be so far back? Maybe for a set piece flicked on at the near post. There she is. Yeah, Grace did it first. Grace did it first, though. Fair play, Grace. Well played. You deserve a round of applause there. But in terms of this game, yeah, Chelsea win. I'm not going to spend too long on this one for obvious reasons. Newcastle yet to pick up a win in the league. Yeah, I think Chelsea are going to win this by 3-0. I'm going to say 3-0.
I've gone for a 2-0 Chelsea win.
Have you?
And everyone seems to have gone for an away win on this one. What do we think about, just quickly before we move on, Newcastle? They're the richest club in the world, and they've got to not get relegated. What are the odds of someone like Sam Allardyce, Roy Hodgson, someone coming in till the end of the season just to steady the ship? I think Hodgson's a better shout than Allardyce, but it's going to be big that they could be the richest club in the world and in the Championship in 12 months' time.
Oh, true. Do you know what, Palace fans? What would you think about the Hodgson shout that Ed's just made there? Do you think he'd do well at Newcastle in terms of keeping them up? Because I think he would, and he doesn't play the most attractive style of play, but Hodgson, I don't think he would want it long term anyway because of his age.
When he left Palace, he didn't say he was retiring. He just said it wasn't the right, it had run its course, hadn't he? So I've not heard his name mentioned, you see, but I think he might be
and he could be part of their history. The first manager that the new owners appointed, and
he did similar for Fulham way back when, didn't he?
There you go. Took them into the Europa League with not too great football either. Wasn't it like Broder Hangeland and that?
Yeah.
Clint Dempsey. Yeah, never forget that. Yo, Clint Dempsey. I'm about to say Moss then, but that's so offensive because he's Canadian and Clint Dempsey was American. Where's that comment? There it is. Rich said, I think he meant.
Okay, fair enough. That makes more sense. That makes more sense.
You're not getting a giveaway for that, or a prize or anything like that for that. But yeah, in terms of the we spoke about, and Roy Hodgson, I'd take that. I think that would be good for Newcastle. I think Newcastle fans, would you take that? If anyone's watching in the comments, if you're watching now, if you watch this later, let me know in the comments below. So yeah, what was your prediction, Ed? 2-0, yeah?
2-0, yeah, 2-0.
Okay.
Professional 2-0.
There you go. Watford versus Southampton. Let me get that Chelsea XG off the screen in a second. Sorry. So Watford versus Southampton is the next game. Ed, you're going to hit us with the stats there.
Yeah,
we're not going to spend too long on this one.
No.
A more interesting one coming up.
Yeah, the last
in terms of predictions, it's important.
The last 5 meetings, we've got 2 losses for Watford, and then 3 draws. And the form for both teams is a bit up and down. So Watford have got obviously the big win from last week, but that was on the back of 2 losses and a draw and then another loss. And then Southampton have got 3 losses and a draw and a win in their last 5 games. And the XG, Watford's is the second lowest of the week with 0.82, and Southampton's is just over 1, so 1.08. So based on that, to get it out of the way quickly, I've gone with 0-0.
Yeah, you've got one. Now, Southampton do specialise in draws. Yeah. And also, in terms of the team news, if there's any important ones, obviously Josh King, he's on fire. He scored a hat-trick last week. And what we've seen from Josh King, as long as he stays fit and he's on a goal-scoring run, that 1 year that I do owe Ed Hernandez.
Yeah, it's mainly Josh King.
Yeah, because Josh King went on a mad run and Ed had him and I didn't. And that's what separated us. Emmanuel Dennis has got to serve a suspension. Danny Rose has recovered from a calf injury after what we saw Salah do to him. I think that calf. I don't think that was a real calf injury. You know what them ones in?
Yeah, I don't think there's many left backs that won't come out of a game without a calf injury or a groin strain or something.
Yeah. Have I ever done that, Ed? Have I ever?
No.
I
only ever saw you come off twice, and one of those times you sucked.
Yeah.
But it wasn't because you were playing bad. It's because I think your team was up. But yeah.
That's probably. I got the Richarlison in me in the substitutions. Yeah, he sulks every time Richarlison does. But I don't like that. I don't like to see it, but I did it myself. So you know what? I'll tell myself off. Southampton forward Armando Broja, the Chelsea loanee, has been ruled out with an ankle injury. Joining Jack Stevens on the sideline. James Ward-Prowse is available though. With that team news, it doesn't make much of a difference. So I'm going to go with a Watford win. I think Watford are going to win this 2-1. 2-1. So I don't think I've gone for a draw yet, have I?
No, I don't think
so. Jay's gone for a draw.
You're flying in the face of the XG there as well, T. That's what you're doing there.
True. That's true. T, she's gone with a 2-1. Grace has gone with that's for Chelsea. For Moss from Moss. 1-1. Dennis, he's gone for another own goal.
Yes.
You're going for a week of own goals. 0-0. That's the same as you went with, Ed.
There's a lot of draws, I think.
Yeah, we will go with the next match. We just wanted to see what you guys were saying there. Yeah, lame 1-1 draw. We'll get. When are you going to wear the scarf? guys, if you don't know,
the neck does look better. I did want to say
the scarf. In terms of the scarf, it's not my Arsenal scarf, which is on my bed somewhere. Yeah, I made a bet with Know-How. He's in the comments right there. He put this out. He said, because he's a Man United fan and he thought, he's like, the Glazers aren't sacking Ollie. And I was like, he definitely has to get sacked this week. And Know-How said, if Ollie remains at his job, you will have to wear a scarf, a Man United scarf. He didn't say at the time it was going to be a Man United Spurs scarf, but he said a Man United scarf. And he said, if he gets sacked, then he'll buy me Football Manager 22. So that I'll be able to stream that with you guys. I'm still going to buy it anyway, but he would have been paying for that. But no, he's not getting sacked. So I'm going to have to wear that scarf of United versus Spurs. I have to keep my word. I'm a man. I have to keep my word on this, especially now it's on YouTube. It can't be dipping out of these Nando's like I was before. But yeah, and speaking of Spurs versus Manchester United, that is the next game. But before I get Ed's point on this, I just want to say, as you can see in the ticker below, right there, this is brought to you by Manscaped, people. Yes, you may have heard me say this plenty of times. If you are new, this has been brought to you by Manscaped. Thank you so much to the team at Manscaped for wanting to link up with this channel and wanting to offer you guys 20% off using the code Tereak20 off of all products. And what also comes with that is free worldwide shipping. Guys, if you are looking for anything for Christmas, any birthdays coming up, my birthday's coming up in November the 20th. Stay tuned. And I've also got something about that and we'll talk about that at the end of the show. But yeah, check out the Lawnmower 4.0. I've been using it. I can say that I wouldn't be endorsing anything that I didn't think was worth and valuable and something that can make a difference. If you are into your male grooming, go check that one out. You can get the Weed Whacker. Ed, what is it that you've got from Manscaped, actually?
So I can heartily recommend the boxers. For the huskier gentlemen, they do fit too. So if any of you out there are in need of more salads, some lame salads, as Moss called them, they do, and they are good boxers, good quality boxers, and a good price, and an even better price when you use that code there.
There you go, exactly. It's in the description as well, so go check on that, guys. Thank you very much. So let's move on into that next game. That's Spurs versus Manchester United. Ed, hit us away the TTF with the stats.
So in the last 5 meetings, we've got actually 3 wins for Spurs. 1 win for Man United and a draw right in the middle. In terms of form, you may or may not have known that Man United lost 5-0 last week. They've had 2 wins, 2 losses and a draw in the last 5 games. And Tottenham have 3 wins and 2 losses. I think one of those is a League Cup win. So take that with a pinch of salt maybe. And the XG for this game, despite last week's drubbing, Tottenham have got an expected goals of 1.27 and Man United is actually higher with a 1.69. And it's always worth pointing out that Nuno can either stink at any game out or play a blinder, one or the other. As a Wolves fan, I've watched him do both over 4 seasons. So take that when you're thinking about your predictions, people. Take that into consideration. You either back Nuno in a one-off game or think, nah.
True. You are listening to a Wolves fan here, yeah, who suffered. I mean, he wouldn't say suffered because you was a fan of Nuno. But I'd say he suffered. He's been brainwashed by Nuno. That's what
I am from the cult of Nuno. I do fully admit that.
And Nuno, what apologies did you say?
Oh yeah, without a shadow.
Yeah. So you might think that I'm an Arteta apologist for this guy. We was having plenty of discussions, even when it was kind of going well. But in terms of the team news for both sides, Tottenham will be assessing Brian Hill, who was injured during the midweek's game against Burnley. Dele Alli and Harry Winks may return, so big players there. But Ryan Sessegnon remains out. Manchester United are boosted by the news that Rafael Varane and Anthony Martial return to training and are available. We know how Oli does. When players return from training, no matter how long they're out, he will play them. Harry Maguire, Rashford-esque. Paul Pogba is obviously ruled out because of his 3-match ban. So United, you may see a return of Rafael Varane, which could turn Ollie's fortunes around. Maybe that's the reason why you've been struggling. Maybe. I don't think so. But yeah.
It's not.
No, it's not. I just want Ollie at the wheel. That's all I do. I'm sorry, people. Look. Even Realist was like, I'm out of this. I don't even want to be a part of this anymore. And he's gone #Wally out. He's been calling Wally now. Not even Ollie, Wally. But yeah, do you know what? I think it's going to be a Manchester United win. Genuinely. I don't know what you've gone for. I'm going to go for my scoreline. And I'll give you my scoreline and my reason why. I think Man United are going to win this by 3-1, which is exactly what Creambone said, actually. I think they will because Spurs are awful. I don't really think people realise how bad Spurs are. Do you see how Manchester United came up against Atalanta and beat them, even though it was like, they played how they did against Liverpool but got battered by a much better side? Spurs aren't good at all. Spurs aren't as good as Atalanta. They lost to Vitesse. West Ham were awful against them and still picked up 3 points and a clean sheet. West Ham were actually better against Manchester United in that 2-1 defeat than they were against Spurs. So Man United still can pull things around, and it does seem like the players they're working hard for Ollie. I don't think they're actually obviously not performing, but they work hard and they're not like dropping in terms of their pressing or anything like that or attitude. But yeah, that's the reason why I've gone for that. What's your prediction, Ed?
So I've gone for a Man United win as well, based on the back of the fact that what always happens when Ollie's about to get sacked or people are calling for his name is out of nowhere he pulls out. Well, not he. I don't think he has any say in it whatsoever, but the players seem to pull out a game. I do like Paxton's comment of, did you see it? But have you seen how bad we are? I think that's fair point.
I don't think it is because let's remember you still beat Atalanta, and they couldn't beat Vitesse.
Yeah, I think maybe this is, and then again recency bias. Last week, did Liverpool get out of gear 2? No, and it was Maguire running into Shaw. All the stuff we could talk about it all night. Let's not. I've gone to get my prediction. I've gone for a 3-2 win to United. Mm-hmm. Harry Kane might turn up for this game because it's Tottenham against Man United at home. So there's a chance that Kane might pick up a goal or pick up a penalty from some calamitous defending. But I think Ollie is aware of the scarf that you may need to wear if he's not gone by the end of this game. So I reckon that the Glazers and Ollie are going to hold on for another week. And I think United are going to pull something out the bag and probably not deserve it.
Ed, that reminds me. I did say, actually, on Sunday, at whatever time it was.
You got a week.
If he's not sacked by Sunday, what? Yeah? Okay, I'm all right. Come on, United. I changed my mind. United to lose now.
Hang on, is he cheering on Tottenham now? Is that what this is?
Nah, you saw what I called them in here, didn't you? Really? You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't even. You know what I mean? So into that next game, and we move on to the Sunday games now. Well, there's 2 games on Sunday, 1 game on Monday. It's Norwich versus Leeds, as you can see right there at Carroll Road. At 2 relegation fodder. Ed, hit us away with the stats.
So Norwich Leeds, this is their first ever meeting in the Premier League, I believe, in the Premier League era. Obviously, Leeds went down with Wolves back in 2003 and then didn't come back until last season. So Norwich have yo-yoed up and down. So all of this form is from the Championship. So against each other, there's 2 wins for Norwich, 2 wins for Leeds, and a draw. But again, we're taking this back to when they were both in the Championship. So neither of these 2 teams really look like this anymore. And the form for the 2 teams, Norwich are on the back of 2 draws and 3 losses in the last 5 games. And Leeds have got a draw, a loss, a win, and a loss. And the expected goals looks like a 1-1. We've got 1.03 for Norwich, and for Leeds, we've got just slightly higher in a 1.16 for this game.
There you go. So, guys, just from the XG, it looks like a draw. So unfortunately, the team news hasn't actually come out for this game. But in terms of what actually, I think it may have. Rafinha has overcome an ankle injury that forced him off against Wolves. Actually,
Yep.
So
Billy Gilmore's back for Norwich as well because obviously he couldn't play last week because of the ineligibility.
So 2 key players for both sides. It is a relegation 6-pointer at this point in the season. Leeds, if they win, then they may be able to pick up and go on a run. I think they've struggled massively this season. I think it's the second season syndrome that they've had. I was talking to the engineer that came to sort out the Wi-Fi here, and he's a Sheffield United fan. And he thinks that Leeds they're going to be all right. They're not going to face that second season syndrome as bad as like what Sheffield United had. But for me, I don't know, man. I think they could. They may stay up though because I just believe there's 3 worst teams in the league. I believe Southampton are worse than them as well. So they may just about step and bring in the likes of Rafinha, Luke Ayling, Patrick Bamford in particular, the one who scored their goals last season, may keep them up, but I don't think they're going to have as good as
something not necessarily to sleep on though is Bielsa for all of his tactical know-how and ability. Know-how, good shout out. But he has the capability of burning teams out quite quickly. And we're on the back of 4 seasons with him now.
Yeah.
So this could be the classic Bielsa ball that has run its course. Leeds have also got a few, injuries to some key players. So no Bamford means they've lost that sort of focal point up front as well. So I wouldn't sleep on them struggling. I don't see them going down, but I wouldn't sleep on them struggling this year. Not to the Sheffield United levels because I think Chris Wilder is. Well, I always said he was very overblown for his overlapping centre-backs and stuff. It made no sense to me and it didn't work in the end. But, just watch out for the Bielsa, the burnout that happens with Bielsa teams that have always happened in all of his history. I think when he was Argentina manager was probably one of the times when that didn't work as badly because he only saw them. Was it Argentina or was it Chile? He did really well with one.
I think he managed both, yeah.
Yeah, he did really well at international level, but that's because he only got them for a couple of weeks at a time, so he couldn't quite kill them, which is what he tends to do with his club teams. So, just my prediction for this, though, is that I have gone for a Leeds win based on the fact that I just think Norwich are one of the worst teams I've seen in the Premier League. So I've gone for a 2-1 Leeds win. And I'm finding Norwich, and I don't want to be controversial. For controversial sake, I'm finding Norwich completely pointless at the minute. They don't seem to be trying anything different. They have an apologetic manager that never seems to change his tune or change the tactics when they're clearly not working. Chelsea could have beaten them by more last week, and they didn't have Lukaku and other players playing. So, I just think Norwich seem to be stuck in a rut of being too good for the Championship, but then doing nothing to change their situation when they're in the Premier League. And I can't imagine what it's like being a Norwich fan. You'd probably rather stay in the Championship.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I think that's what they don't mind. Norwich have come out and the owners have said that they don't mind being where they're at, a top 26 club in England. So that means they are going to yo-yo, and if they do stay up, then they're just going to be by luck, by chance, or by a team being worse than them. Norwich. Yeah, for me, the apologetic manager, you hit the nail on the head there. Play okay football, look threatening, but don't have the goals or the guile or ruthlessness to put teams away. And defensively are shambles, which we saw last week, how Chelsea were able to dismantle them with no striker, whereas Chelsea have struggled to really get goals, even with a striker at points. But you know what? Nah, man. It's just simple. Like for me, simple Leeds win. I think they'll edge it. I don't think Leeds are that fantastic either. But I just think by sheer amount of chances that they'll create in this game.
And the quality of players is just different, isn't it?
Yeah, Rafinha may score. Maybe put Rafinha back in your FPL if you want. I need to sort my FPL after this. So I need,
it's always worth looking at the Norwich differential for your FPL.
Yeah. So like Rafinha captain. That's what you would do. That's the type of role decision you would make.
Not anymore. I've learnt my lesson. I've learnt my lesson from last week.
You hearing that there? You got fans in here. You have. I think Ed should present on Sky Sports. Definitely an Edmin fan. Get Ed on the channel daily. Yo, I can't afford that.
That's a big ask.
I can't afford that. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying, guys. Keep supporting the channel. Like, subscribe, share. If you want Edwin on the channel daily, I can pay his wage. Then I'm paying my own. But yeah. So, in for me, Leeds win. I'm going 1-0. I have.
And I think has everyone gone for a Leeds win?
Guys, what have you gone for in this game? Got 1-0 Leeds, 1-1. Yeah. If they don't win, they've gone for a draw. So yeah, I think everyone's gone for 1-0 Leeds. Creambone's gone for a big one, maybe. Wilf, you might smash this one. Grace has gone in the middle. So yeah, in terms of that game. And this is where I think it starts to get a little bit interesting. This is where mid-table matters, as I like to call it. Some people, that's not... so some people might throw Arsenal in there. So, I can't be throwing too much shade. But in the next game we've got, it's the Claret and Blue derby. Aston Villa versus West Ham at Villa Park. Ed, come and let's hit me with some stats on this game.
So in the last 5 meetings, we've got 3 wins for Villa and 2 draws. The form, however, for Villa is 4 losses and a win. And West Ham's is the converse of that. So they've got 4 wins and 1 loss. And the XG has West Ham edging it. So Villa have averaging 1.19 goals for this game. And West Ham have gone for 1.81. So just almost 2-1 if we're going on the XG for this game to West Ham.
There you go. So XG really favouring West Ham. I think form favours them as well going into this game. What's going to be important though is the team news for both sides. Goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez had travelled to Argentina during the week for family reasons. He is available for Villa, though. He will be available for this game. Morgan Sanson and Jaden Philogene Bidace are sidelined by illness. But Leon Bailey could make his first start for the club. Yeah, Leon, it's been interesting that because he came on against Arsenal and I think he made a bit of a difference. I think Tavares was struggling with him a bit more, which in terms of the Arsenal game, that's going to be interesting to see if he plays. It's going to be against probably better, actual wingers or wing backs that can cause him trouble going forward. A bit more dynamic, but back on this game, West Ham United have no new injury concerns. That's important, but will rotate their starting lineup following the cup win against Manchester City. Alex Cromwell returning to the squad after completing self-isolation for you-know-what people. So, in this game, prediction, Ed, I want you to go first.
So for this one, I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Part of me thinks it could be a West Ham win, but I'm thinking maybe a score draw for this one. 1-1 is what I'm going for. I think Antonio is going to be a handful for the Villa defence. But yeah, with the Villa at home, the edge potentially, I'm going for 1-1. But if anything, I would be leaning towards a West Ham win. But I think I'm going to bank on the home support, the whole 10 sucking a goal in. I'm going for a 1-1.
There you go. That's probably you got splinters on your bum, Ed.
Yeah, definitely. I think if I was a betting man, I'd probably go for a 2-1 to West Ham. Yeah. But I think there's the potential there for Villa to have some kind of standout game. I think they bought well with the Grealish money, but they might be doing a Tottenham with the Bale money, and they might have spread it a bit too thin and a bit too much in one go.
Yeah. Over time, it did prove to be good signings for Tottenham with the likes of Eriksen, in particular. Soldado, Lamella, not so great, but I just think maybe Dean Smith. I think that's the problem. I was talking to Aaron, who's also a subscriber. He's a Villa fan, and he thinks Smith may go. He thinks Smith may get the chop at some point because I don't. But are the Villa board that ruthless? I don't think so. I don't think they would be. So in terms of the game, Leon Bailey returning, West Ham playing 2 games in a week. I know they won eventually after their Europa League tie against Spurs. I can see I'm going for a Villa win. I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
Teach, I'm with you. I'm going to go for a Villa win. I think Villa will edge it. I'm going to say 2-1. But West Ham, what a team they look, by the way. what a team.
Yeah, David Moyes, as I like to call him.
Yeah, no, he's managed his play. There you go.
It makes him sound a bit more exotic. How good his turnaround's been. West Ham, they were. I mean, at the start when they were in the London Stadium and there were people running onto the pitch throwing their season tickets, and now look at them. You wouldn't think it now, would you? It's one hell of a turnaround he's managed there. He's back to his best when he was making Everton look good.
Wow, there you go. He says it all, really, and he's actually made the London Stadium a bit of a home, and that says a lot. That's a lot of credit to David Moyes. I think that's his level. That's his level. Manchester United, too big of a step for him, but he's found his level, and he's been able to get West Ham in the top 4, challenge for Champions League place last season, and really improve their squad and keep the likes of Declan Rice. I think he's built a real camaraderie. I think that's the difference with West Ham. West Ham sort of had that Leicester team spirit in that league winning season that West Ham seemed to have. Not the most exciting players, not the most technically gifted, but they've got that real mentality, like monsters in a way, stronger than most teams in the Prem. That's why they're sitting pretty in 4th, above the likes of Tottenham, Man United, Everton, Leicester, Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? So and they've still had Europa League games. Maybe as it goes further on into the season, it may take its toll on the squad like it has done for Leicester. But in this game, because of that, I think they will be a bit lethargic. So that's just my prediction. I'm going for 2-0. That's what I've said. Did I say that? 2-0.
You said 1-0, I think, but yeah, 2-0.
Oh, yeah.
Go for that. You went 2-1, actually. You said 2-1.
Okay. Yeah. You see, that's it. I'm losing my mind. Bailey versus Antonio, Jamaican.
Yeah, 2 Jamaicans.
Exactly. You've got a real yard man there. And somebody just thought that he couldn't make it for England. That's all it usually is. But yeah, speaking of real yardy, she's gone for I hope they win.
Just before we move on from this game though, last week in terms of predictions, Casey and TCM were the ones that got the most predictions right. But a big shout out to Paxton, who got 1-0 West Ham. Antonio scored. If he'd have had a bet on that, I reckon he'd have got a few quid, even with the quid on. So big shout out for that.
Hey, Paxton. I need to give you a round of applause for that, because you go hard and you go risky with the goal scorers, but you paid off for you. So Paxton, there you go, man. Fair play. And what's your FPL team? What's yours, Ed? And then I'll say mine.
Mine's Wolverhampton.
Yes. Mine is Saka offense. It's a sackable offense. That's what it is. But my team, I know I got Sanchez in goal. Your rivals.
Oh, the
Aspilicueta. I may change it. Aspilicueta, Ben White, Semedo. Who else do I have at the back? I can't remember. But the midfield, I got Conor Gallagher. I got him in there. He's my little differential. Salah, of course. Got Ronaldo up front. Those types of players. I'm missing a few. Foden smashed it for me last week. So those types of players. So I'm gonna have to change it though. I'm not sticking with that. I think I've got 2 changes in the bank that I can make. So I got a little bit of wiggle room, and then I might take a -4. So yeah. What's all this? Mine's Tereak loves Spurs. Yeah. I'm gonna see that. Oh, guys, join the FPL, man. We want more people in there, and prizes will be given for the winner as well. And it's not, and I've said this, it ain't gonna be a little one, because I want to make this as incentivized as possible as I really can. So I want the competition. I love it. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one. I promise you that. So yeah, into the final game of the weekend, and that is your boys, Ed. That's your boys. Not green and gold. That's Man United's all colours. Black and gold.
Yeah, thanks for saying gold. It's definitely orange, but it should be all gold. Yeah. So this is the Friday night game. We've got the Monday night game. We've got the form between the last 5 games between them is that 3 Wolves wins and 2 losses. The form, Wolves' form is actually, we've had a bit of an upturn. We've got 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in the last 5 games, whereas Everton's form is 3 losses, a draw, and a win. And the XG, again, quite close. Wolves are averaging 1.42 for this game, and slightly below them is Everton with 1.23. 2.9.
Interesting. So XG slightly, if there is a winner going for Wolves, the home side, as you can probably imagine with the form that both sides have been in. I definitely don't think we have team news for this one. They don't usually break anything. But Ed, what do you know in terms of Wolves? Have you got any players returning back from injury at all?
I think the biggest two could potentially be that Marcel, who's been our left wing back, is looking still out. So Ait-Nouri might come back in like he did against Leeds. And Willy Bolly, who seems to be the forgotten man at Wolves at the minute, is back from his illness and ready to come back in. But Bruno seems very hell-bent on playing Kilman, Cody and Saiss at the back. And I think Saiss was very lucky last week to not get a red card. If you are a betting man, like I know you are, Moss, it's always worth putting whatever the equivalent of a Canadian pound on. Saiss getting a yellow card, always worth it. Always worth it.
Definitely. He's one of those players, Roman Saiss. And do you know what? He's one of them that you might, if you keep putting him scoring, he might get you a good return because he does like a goal from a set piece, doesn't he, Roman Saiss?
Yeah.
In terms of Everton.
Everton team news, I think. Everton team news, I think the only thing I read this week reading up on the game, because I'm a Wolves fan, is that Decore thankfully looks like he's still out. Obviously not thankfully for him, but thankfully for me as a Wolves fan. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well.
And Andre Gomez as well. That's another one. That's what I was going to say. But you know what? You've done my job for me, made it easier. So I want to go with you first. Prediction.
So I've gone with my old gold tinted glasses right on. I've gone for a 2-0 win. I just think Everton are nowhere near the levels they should be at for the players they've got. Their form isn't great. And the fans are not happy with Rafa, and Rafa doesn't look very happy with the fans either. So I think there's another shout potentially that Rafa could go back to Newcastle is another shout that I'm thinking about maybe, because I don't think Newcastle would say no to paying out his contract at Everton because they can afford it. But I've gone for a 2-0 win to Wolves, and I think Jimenez and Hwang will get the goals.
There you go. Good goal scorers. Just as the wife says, 2-0 to Wolves. We've got a lot of Wolves in the chat as well. I'm stalling on mine. 2-2, 2-1. There you go, 2-1. And look, he's gone with Jimenez, Brace, and Richarlison. So Paxton, I like that, man. Like what you've done there. And no one's gone for an Everton win, by the way. No how wishes he was a Wolves fan.
There's always time, mate. Always time.
No how exactly, man. Come on. And it's Newcastle, says Ed.
It's not Newcastle.
Come on, Grace. Have a word with her, Grace. Have a word. But anyways, I'm gonna go with a draw, actually. Draw. Yeah. 1-1. I think that's what it will be. I think Wolves will batter them in this game. But it's just that, man. Like, you just against Leeds, you really disappointed me. I hope you keep a clean sheet because I'm going to risk Semedo.
Did you not listen to Martin Keown calling that Leeds kid from Wigan the new Messi?
Oh, Joe Gelhardt. Yeah.
Talk about heaping pressure on a kid.
Tell me about his first appearance in the Prem as well.
Short and left-footed, therefore he has to be Messi.
Yeah,
he can't be anyone else, can
he? Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. You can't be throwing out them statements like that. Like, you wouldn't even compare Salah to Messi. Do you know what I mean? But it's some Joe Gelhardt. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Let the guy just settle in, Martin Keown. He probably doesn't even know you. He's that young. Do you know what I mean? He probably never seen you play.
True. That is
so,
true.
Do you know what? So, like, cool off, Martin Keown. But yeah, guys, the Arsenal fans in here, that might make them feel a little bit old at this moment in time, knowing that footballers may not have seen Martin Keown play. But yeah, let me just go into the comments. He's gone with the Wolves late winner. You'd love that, Ed. There you go.
Nothing better than a late winner.
Roman says, oosh.
I'll take it.
If you need help with T-side slang, pick it up with T. He's been learning. I have been trying to learn. It was on Grace's stream. I was trying to just use some words in there, but I couldn't think of any. I can't learn it. I can't get that. They just say "oh no." down south. They just say like, remember that the Scottish dude that was called the Scottish Messi? Where is he now? Who is that?
Who was that?
Who?
That's how much he's been forgotten. I don't know who that is.
Ryan Fraser?
Not Ryan. Can't be Ryan Fraser, right?
Oh man, yeah. But yeah, in terms of the video, that's it. We're all done. So thank you to. Oh look, Jake's just come in. Yes, lad. Sorry, I'm late. Had a goalkeeper session with John Ruddy. I think you'd rather do something else. I'm joking. I'm only joking. He likes John Ruddy. I think he likes John Ruddy, so that's why I said that. What's your thoughts on John Ruddy, Ed?
What? I like John Ruddy. Good backup goalkeeper.
Wow. Yeah,
I don't know
exactly. Yes, he was at Sporting Lisbon. Yes, he signed for Sporting Lisbon. Then he's like a cam. He's like 5'4". So yeah.
He's done the Eric Dyer route, has he?
And he played for Dundee United. He played with Gary Mackay-Steven. What was that? Russell? Do you remember that Russell? Johnny Russell.
Yeah,
Johnny Russell.
I remember him.
He was as well. So yeah, guys. Right. This is how much I know about football. This is FIFA. That's what it is. That's what I say. Ginger Messi. is he calling you the Ginger Messi there?
No, I'm not left-footed for a start. That's where the similarities end, obviously.
Oh man. T, can you give us a PL watch-along schedule for tomorrow? I like that, Grace. Thank you. You've actually made me think on the spot there. Yes, there is a watch-along for tomorrow, and it is coming at 12:30. I'll be bringing it to you at 12:15, and that is the Leicester versus Arsenal watch-along. I'll be bringing you that for sure, definitely. Just having a look at the other games. I feel like I may do a double watch-along, Tottenham Man United. I'm going to do Tottenham Man United as well, guys. Yeah, I'm going to do Leicester versus Arsenal.
He's committing to it now. He's committed.
I've said it on stream, so I've got to do it. And Tottenham versus United. I may give Sunday a miss. I'm not watching Norwich versus Leeds and Aston Villa versus West Ham. Yeah. But yeah, and then on Monday, we'll be back with. Do you know what? Hang on, there's games on Tuesday, isn't there? Okay, I'm out on Tuesday anyway. So yeah, you know what? Maybe we could do something. Just follow me on Tereak Talks on Instagram. Maybe Monday, but definitely tomorrow. Leicester versus Arsenal and Tottenham versus Manchester United.
And there'll be something to do with the review, right? There'll be something to do with the reviews and the predictions and stuff, right?
Might be able to merge the two because I was going to say I'll do a review, but then maybe. But yeah. In terms of that, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. And we'll run through a little bit of the comments. Our Sackico will be enjoyable. I'm not too sure on the quality of game.
What about TCM's comment about what you said something only about a plan for your birthday? What was it? Thank
you for reminding me. I've been wanting to mention this for a while. Guys, I want to get to 200 subscribers by my birthday, by the 20th of November. And if you do get to 200 subscribers, you help me get there by sharing the channel, just passing it word of mouth, whatever you can do. Whatever is greatly appreciated. Liking the video, commenting, whatever, I do not mind, just as long as you show them support, which you guys have been in the comments already. I'm watching this video. But guys, 200 subs. Quiz is coming. There's going to be a quiz, and we're going to have specific ones to the TTF. So a quiz for you, football quiz. We'll even mix in a bit of general knowledge. We've got some people. We've got Steve in here. We've got Moss. Moss knows his sports a lot. So if we have a sports section, it'll be, I think Moss will take that one away. So yeah, we will have a quiz if we can get to 200 subs. So guys, that's your target. That's the goal. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining. Yes, you are a subscriber, right? Yes, you are.
Get in the comments straight after the stream finishes, guys, as well.
That's another one. That's another. Edmund's on job today. Yeah, get in the comments straight after the stream finishes. Get in the comments. I will be engaging. I'll spend this time now chatting to you in the comments right after this. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Ed, thank you very much for joining me, my brother.
No worries, bro.
Thank you very much, guys.
See you,
Have a
TTF.
good one. I'll see you, TTF, and I'll see you tomorrow.